Watched this show the other day.
Yeah, I mean,
So sad.
yeah. January has lasted 5 years, and 3 of those years were just this week.
Whoa.
So,
Yeah, it's February now, which is crazy because I think that February is like next week,
hmm
but it is
No,
February.
we're
Damn.
here, and oh shit, we need to go pay rent.
Yeah, and
Well,
we have to go take care of our taxes.
ooh,
You know what I mean?
fun.
I think I have all my documents actually, so I can like do it.
Yeah, I'm waiting on one more, I think, and if that doesn't show up, it just doesn't show up. Who cares?
Yeah, fuck cares. It doesn't
Uh,
fucking matter.
Anyway, welcome back to the Real Horror Show. This is our mini show where we watch a show together and talk about some horror news, and that's about it.
Heck
I th
yeah.
I think we're both tired today, so it'll probably be a short episode.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, it'll be short. But there is some news though to talk about too, which is
Oh,
cool.
yeah, it is cool news, but it's
Yeah.
going to be a little spicy.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, because we're annoyed.
you don't have to be annoyed. I'm annoyed
I'm annoyed too because I didn't even think about like what you said made me realize that it is actually like super dumb.
that it's manipulation.
Yeah, so I'm like annoyed now
Well,
too.
I'm sorry I ruined the joy for you. I
That's
mean, how did
okay.
we'll get to, okay, so Hill House is over. We have finished watching Hill House. What a beautiful, tragic story about a family.
Absolutely.
Um, and I can finally talk about how Hill House does my favorite trope as ghosts because it's how I think time and ghosts and hauntings work, which is everything that is supposed to happen and will happen is actually just happening at the exact same time in a constant loop. And that's really what ghosts are, right?
Yeah.
Is just people trapped in this cycle of time and space and blah 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 blah
Yeah.
blah. So Luke tries to burn down the Hill House,
He does,
is
but he
not successful.
fails. Not successful.
Everyone realizes he wasn't successful when the Hill House is not on fire when they get there and they can't find him, and they all end up in their versions of the Red Room, reliving traumas from their life. Theo, it's fucking up her relationship with Trish. Shirley, it's cheating on her husband.
That was crazy because we see that dude a couple times before and we like have no idea why he's there.
Yeah.
And because he's not like a ghost, he's like her ghost,
hmm
Okay, but anyway.
And for
Yeah.
Luke, it's the tea room with his mom, but he refuses to drink the tea.
Oh,
So he's able to get out of the red room with the rest of his siblings. And Nell comes out in her ghost self and explains, hey, so we've all been in the red room before. All of these things that we saw in our childhood were never real. It was just the red room. And yeah, and
heck yeah.
Liv doesn't want them to leave. She wants them all to stay in the house with her so she can protect them. But he was like, no, they need to leave, even if that means that one day they die, because we're all
Right.
just supposed to die.
Yeah.
And so he actually does die. He has a heart attack in the Hill House, but I think Steven is the only one that realizes that before they leave.
Is it a heart attack or does he take all his heart pills to OD?
Either or, I mean,
Either, I don't
I'm
know
sure too
how.
many pills could induce a heart attack.
Yeah, or me, yeah, I never thought I was never sure how he died, but then I noticed the bottle and I was like, oh, he
Oh,
has his heart pills, but
yeah,
then maybe he does have a heart attack. And I'm like, oh shit, yeah, because it's scary.
yeah.
It's a little
That's
too
all
scary that
true.
time.
Excuse me. I was
No,
taking
that's
a quick
fine.
30-minute nap before we started.
Oh, you
I
did?
Yeah, I needed
Oh,
it,
cool.
but
Yeah, yeah.
I'm still yawning.
Girl,
Um,
I like took my nap after I woke up from sleeping. That's what I texted you.
is it that still just sleeping?
Yep.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. We all deserve it.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah,
Um,
Liv just wanted to keep her family there. We also find out that the little girl she killed was Abigail, the caretaker, and the house
yeah.
keeper's daughter, and they agreed not to report the murder because Abigail's spirit was going to live on in the Hill House. They just didn't want them to finish the house project, sell the house. That way they could
Yeah.
always have
Hmm.
access to their daughter.
Yeah.
And the series ends with the housekeeper taking her final breath in the house and joining the spirit of her daughter and stillborn baby.
That part was so sad. Like how they just kind of are. making sure they die there so they like don't actually lose like
are never
contact with.
apart.
Yeah. Yes.
And the rest of the Cranes who aren't dead finally move on with their life. Theo is able to live happily with Trish. Shirley confesses to the affair she had. Luke celebrates 2 years of sobriety
Yeah.
with with his entire family, including Steven and his new little nibbling whatever it is. I can't remember if it's a niece or a nephew.
But Steve's wife's like pregnant,
Yeah, yeah,
so he must have had his vasectomy reversed
yeah,
or something like that.
yeah, probably.
Well, he
Good for
acted like
him.
it was such a big deal and so permanent, like he just didn't have to blow it out of proportion in that
Well,
way.
well, it is permanent if he never gets it reversed.
Yeah, that is true, but it's like semi-permanent, I suppose, based on if you want to change your mind.
Hmm.
But yeah, he could have just always just been like, Liv, I'm sorry, or like a wife, I'm sorry, I'll just get it reversed. So sorry.
And that's
Not,
probably what he did.
yeah, after, yeah. And then I
And
guess he wrote another book or something, maybe.
yeah, and they all apologize to Nell before leaving the house in the role they all played in her death, and she forgives them and tells them it's not their fault. Although it kind of is their
Yeah,
fault.
no, it's not their fault. It is. They were like, sorry, I didn't answer the phone. And she's like, it's cool. You like answered other times. And it's like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Like, now you put it that way. Like, it's
But I
fine.
mean, they didn't answer the time it counted.
That is true. Yeah, but they were all busy. And then, but it's such a difficult thing because like, yes, that was a time it counted, but every other time, did it not count? You
Who
know?
knows?
Yeah, exactly. So it's just tough. But yeah, and that was a very emotional thing. Her like that scene where she was like forgiving everybody and like expressing how like she loved them and how like she can feel that they loved her anyway in their own way,
Yeah.
and all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was a really excellent episode. I feel like this episode was like it was a great wrap up and it wasn't like too scary, but it was like so sad and
Hmm.
emotional, but also like very nice and a very good like conclusion.
Yeah, it was a good wrap up for the series.
I don't think any of his other shows make me so sad and emotional like this finale of this show does. It's like so it's just such a good show. This might be one of my favorites of his.
Yeah.
Might
Yeah.
be his best work.
Top tier.
Top tier. Well, now since we've completed that, we're gonna go ahead and excuse you, Sam. We're gonna watch the
Sorry.
next one. But you've already seen Bly Manor, right?
Yeah, I watched Blind Manor first.
I forgot what even happened to Bly Manor, but you see that there's a lot of the same actors.
Hmm.
And Victoria Pedretti is in it, and she's gay now instead of her sister Theo being gay in the other
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Kate Seigel's in it, but she's not gay. So they're like, let's just have
Hmm.
somebody be a lesbian.
Yeah.
And then Raoul Coley finally comes into play, and I think he's really a handsome dude. Cool. And then we get a couple other people that we see and know from House of Usher.
Yeah. And
Okay, cool. Yeah.
most important, Greg Sestero is in Bly Manor.
Fuck, he is.
Yeah, he's in the present time where the story's being told, he's the husband, he's the
I
groom.
fiance. Yeah, I see his name is fiance.
Yeah.
The fuck. Okay, I'll have to like.
Pay attention.
Yeah, I will pay attention because when I watched this last, I think I just watched it like once it came out. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like it
Oh,
was probably right after. Yeah.
yeah, I haven't seen it since it came out. I think I watched it when it came out so I wouldn't be
Yeah.
left out like I was with Hill House.
Yes, yeah. And it also looks like this came out in 2020. So like of course I forgot it. I don't
Hmm.
know. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Cool.
Anyway, let's go ahead and talk about this horror news, which by the time this episode will come out is dated, but we were on top of it. We were on top of the announcement within like 30 seconds in real life. So
Dude, in real life, yeah, we
give
were
us a
on
break.
that
We're
shit.
just a little behind with getting podcast episodes out. It's fine. We have jobs, we have lives. This year
Yes.
is taking fucking forever. Anyway.
Taking forever. But yes, the news.
Um, so first it started with not as exciting Scott Foley, who was Ghostface in Scream 3, is returning for Scream 7. And everybody's like, okay, that's weird. He died in Scream 3. Whatever.
He did.
Yeah. And he is Sidney Prescott's half brother slash Ghostface, the only single Ghostface we've had in the franchise thus far.
Oh,
And then,
Ronan.
yeah.
Okay.
And then we all quickly forgot about that news because Matthew Lillard is confirmed to return for Scream 7.
Yeah, what the fuck is that supposed to mean, guys?
Um, True, we don't know what the plot or what the intentions are, but with all of these, so first of all, even if all of this wasn't just to get people in the seats after they fired Melissa Barrera for tweeting what I consider to be, everybody's opinion, which is genocide is wrong.
Yeah, I
She
still
did,
can't believe that they like really had to go there with that. Like, chill.
the thing is, I
Damn.
don't, it's been so long now, I don't think she mentioned Israel or Palestine in the tweet. She just
Yeah.
said genocide is wrong, which I think it should be the base opinion of every human being who wants to get into politics is that
Yes.
genocide,
We should
mass
all be of that
genocide,
opinion. Yeah.
is wrong and bad and is something we should not do. But they fired her for that. And everybody's very upset because she was not in the wrong in that.
No.
And
Oh,
because
fuck.
she was fired, Jenna Ortega quit, although she didn't say it was because of Melissa. She said, oh, my scheduling with Wednesday would just make everything too complicated. But really, it was for Melissa because Jenna Ortega is a working queen. If she wanted to, she would have, but she didn't want to because they mistreated her co star.
Yeah.
And then this is right off of the previous Scream movie where Nev Campbell finally didn't return to play
Yeah.
Sidney Prescott because Spyglass would not compromise with her and give her the pay she deserves to return. Which, controversially, I'm fine that Sidney wasn't in Scream 6.
Yeah,
The
Scream 6, this was the one in like New York.
Yeah,
Okay.
because it doesn't it makes sense for Gail to be in the movie because she's a news anchor in New York.
Yeah.
It You would have to find some convoluted way for Sydney to want to get re-involved with a ghost case killer that really has nothing to do with her at this point.
Right, right.
Like it's not in
Exactly.
Woodsboro
No.
and she's not being targeted.
Yeah.
So just let Sydney live her fucking life. It's fine.
Yeah, she can just chill for 5 seconds. Doesn't she have like a kid?
She has like two kids
You
now.
know?
Just let her fucking chill. And a lot of
Yeah.
justification I've been seeing for, well, it's fine that Sammy and whatever Jenna Ortega's character's name was aren't returning because their story really was wrapped up in Scream 6. And I'm like, it really wasn't because they were clearly leading into like this cult of Ghostface thing.
Yes, they
And
were.
which I thought was a great concept.
Yeah, super
Um
cool.
and you could make the argument that Sydney's story wrapped up in Scream 3, Sydney's story wrapped up in Scream 4. She
Yeah.
came
Yeah,
back
for sure. Yeah.
She came back in Scream 5 because Dewey died and it was
Mhm.
in Woodsboro.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like a passing of the torch to our new final girl in the Scream franchise.
Mhm.
And also, they screwed over Nev Campbell. And they
Yeah.
finally, somehow, they miraculously found the money to bring her back for Scream 7.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so she is back for Scream 7 then.
She is back for Scream 7. Joel McHale is playing her husband, Mark, who is not Mark Kincaid from Scream 3. He's just Mark from In Town. Uh,
And down, yeah.
uh, and
Uh,
Matthew Lillard is confirmed to come back. And that just feels like groveling to get people in seats for Scream 7. And up front, I was
right.
pro having Stu Macher come back and be alive somehow because that was always
Yeah.
their intention with Scream 3. The original script for Scream 3 was somehow Stu Macher survived. Matthew Lillard has always been team Stu Macher is still alive.
That
I
would have
could
been
survive a
cool.
TV being thrown on my head. Come do
Yeah.
it.
Right, right.
So I was very pro Stu Macher coming back. I just don't like being treated like a fucking idiot.
Yeah, yes. Yes. Um, I don't want this announcement to be like, oh yeah, he's Matthew Lillard is coming back, and it's like, is that supposed to mean that it's going to be like like a 2 second flashback of like
Hmm.
Stu?
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Or what if they do
Yeah.
that dumb shit like they did in 5, where they're like, let's just have him be like someone's like ghost in their head.
Hmm.
Like
Hmm.
how fucking
Billy.
guy was. Yeah,
Yeah.
Billy was. And we're like,
But
okay.
which it was nice seeing Skeet
Yeah.
Ulrich back in the franchise, but it was also like such a strange turn for
Right.
Scream because
And
Scream's
it
never
was
really done
cool.
that.
It was cool to see him, yes, because that was his kid, but like at this point, like they are they just trying to like literally do anything they can to get us to watch it?
Hmm.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it feels like manipulation, and they're trying to get us to forget what they did to
Yeah.
Melissa Barrera,
Right.
and it's icky, and I don't like them treating fans of the franchise this way. And again, I'll probably see it. I love Scream, but I just can't be like hyped for this movie the way I was for 4 and 5
Yeah.
and even 6, where I get tickets as soon as they go on sale so I can see it opening night so I don't get spoiled. They're
Right.
spoiling everything with these casting announcements.
Dude,
That's also
yeah.
why I'm partially annoyed, is like,
I want to be surprised. I mean, like, I'd love to go to the theater and be like, oh, yeah, Scream 7. And be like, oh, shit, that is.
whoa. But now that I know
Yeah.
Matthew Lillard is coming back, now that I know Scott Foley's coming back, I'm going to be waiting for how they use them
Yeah.
in these movies.
Yeah.
And Scream has gone from a franchise that was so good at hiding who the killer is
Yeah.
to just telling us what's happening in this movie. And
Just straight up. Yeah.
I, at this point, I don't like what Spyglass has done to the franchise. I liked what they were doing to the franchise. I liked the lead up to the cult of Ghostface and the potential reveal that Stu Macher started the subreddit and he was the one letting the legacy live on, and he'd come out at the very end with a super fucked up scarry face and he's like, "Hello, surprise, Sydney."
Right.
Just
Exactly.
it's all disappointing, and Wes Craven would never allow this.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. He wouldn't. Yeah, this is there's like too many screams now,
Mm, yeah.
like four like that was okay. Five, you know what? I really liked five a lot, actually. I have to say so. But then like six, I was like, okay, guys, let's reel it in. And now there's like
Mhm.
seven, so I'm like, okay, I don't know what the fuck is
Well, I
happening.
would have liked 7 because I think I said in the
Yeah,
last time we talked about it is we have the nice original trilogy 1 through 3. We have
yeah,
4, which
kind of,
is
yeah.
which
It's like a
happened. I like 4 a lot. I'm not saying that is a bad
two.
thing.
Yeah, I like
But it
four
doesn't
too.
really fit into either trilogy, so
It doesn't.
it's
It's like
kind
an
of like a
outlier.
bridge.
Yeah.
And then we
Mm,
had this other trilogy happening, and now 7 without Melissa and Jenna. It no longer feels connected to that second trilogy they were doing.
right. Yeah.
Like the new trilogy was
Yeah.
their story.
Yeah, and now they're neither of them are here, so like, okay.
Yeah. Because
So
I
look,
was fine. I was
yeah.
fine with all these sequels and franchising Scream because they had a plan and it felt like two separate trilogies tied together by the fourth movie. And the fourth
Right.
movie, of course, was Wes Craven's final outing
Yeah.
with the Scream franchise, and it was
Yeah.
addressing all these horror remakes.
Yeah, yeah.
So
That was cool.
yeah, that so I love Matthew Lillard. I look forward to seeing him in Scream, even though it's probably going to be a really stupid cameo that
Oh,
they shouldn't have announced.
I know they really shouldn't have. And I'm looking at the top cast, and it looks like this girl who's like the top billed actress is Sydney's daughter. That's just what her name is.
Mhm.
And then some other chick. And then, yeah, like the Scott Foley guy that you talked about, Joel McHale is over here. The twins who are like Randy Meeks' sister's
Yeah.
kids.
So yeah, Melissa, their friends
Yeah, their friends are still there.
from the past two movies are still in this one. So what?
Yeah,
Just
fucking
grovel and bring back
right.
Melissa.
Yeah, and then Matthew Lillard, Courtney Cox, Nev Campbell. So
if if they grovel
mm,
and offer Melissa Barrera so much money because she is fantastic, she is a scream queen in her own right. I haven't seen her latest movie, which I think is called Monster Love or something, where it's like a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and a monster moves into her house, or she realizes there's a monster living in her house, and they fall in love. I've heard it's really good. I haven't seen it yet.
wait, what is it called? I'm sorry, I like spaced out.
Monster Love or something.
Oh, okay, cool.
Um, but she was in Abigail and Fantastic in Abigail.
Yes, which actress is this?
Melissa Barrera.
Melissa Rera. Yes. Yeah, I haven't seen that either. But yeah, yeah, cool, cool. Hell
She's
yeah.
fantastic. They need to grovel, make a
Yeah.
public apology, bring her back, and
Well,
just
I hope
wrap
she,
up this
yeah,
trilogy.
I
Because now it's
know.
just going to be like another Scream 4 situation,
Right.
only making less sense.
Yeah, for sure. Um, and I'm looking at the IMDb and it just says like plot unknown. And I'm like, okay, cool. It does look like okay, the director is Kevin Williamson, but it does say that he wrote Scream 1, 2, and 4. So
Hmm.
maybe like it won't be so terrible. I don't know.
I don't know. I have
Ooh. Yeah.
very little hope. Anyway, that's all I have this week.
Yeah, dude. We can do you want to talk about what you'd like to watch next?
Ah, shit, I didn't even think of that.
I have two things that I'm just looking at like pictures of like other horror movies on
Hmm.
IMDb. And I don't know if these are available, but like Smile 2 is an option.
Hmm.
Long Legs, I haven't seen that. That's an option. Uh yeah. That's all it's popping out on me right now.
Hmm.
Any of those strike your fancy, or should we talk off
We
mic?
could do, let's do Smile too.
Smile 2. Smile 2. Yeah, because that's been a while since that's been out. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I should be able to like yeah, okay, here it goes. It's streaming on Paramount Plus. Rad. Thank you. Thank you for not having me get a bonus subscription on top of the subscription to watch it. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm excited for Smile too.
Holy
So let's do
shit.
Smile too.
Yeah, that dude I like is in it. He does really scary smile, but it looks like he like dies anyway. But that's kind of cool though. It looks cool. And then this girl. Ah, yeah, Cal Gallner's in it. That's my boy right now. It's fucking all over the place. And then Naomi Scott. She is a singer. Does she have like a different singer name?
Ah,
Or is it just Naomi Scott? Okay.
ah.
I don't know why. Like, I know that she's a singer, but I'm like confusing people with like their real name and then like their singer name, like how Halsey was in Maxine,
Yeah.
and her name is like not Halsey, it's like something else. So I'm like, does Naomi Scott have like a cool name? Yeah, no, cool. So, okay, let's do it, guys. Let's watch Smile 2. I really, really liked Smile 1.
Yeah,
That
I
was
loved
pretty
Smile
sick.
1. And I've
Me
heard this
too,
one
dude.
exceed Smile 1, so I'm very excited.
Ah, nice. Well, now that I'm remembering it, Smile 1 did have Kyle Gallner. He was like the cop guy. And
Hmm.
I thought he might have died, actually, or survived. Something happened with him. I don't know. Okay. But anyway, cool. Let's do it.
All
And
right.
after we watch that, then we're going to start Blind Manor, and then we're going to anticipate. Do we know when Scream 7 is supposed to come out?
I
Or
have no idea at this point.
yeah, shit. All right, cool. It's whatever. I don't give a shit. Okay, guys, that's all we
It
have.
it's out when it's out.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, is it gonna be out like soon? Like this year? It's like probably fucking not. I don't know
Probably
why I
late
thought
this
that.
year, probably late this year or
Oh
early next
yeah.
year is my guess.
All right, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Well, it is February. I have to like go to the movies again. This is my one time I go a month, so I have to see if there's anything good playing.
Companion or presence.
Companion or present? I keep seeing stuff that's companion. Is that the girl from Yellow Jackets that's in there?
Yeah.
But she has dark hair. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's that girl with the blonde hair.
Hmm.
Sick. What was the other thing you said?
Presence.
Presence. Oh.
It's a ghost movie from the ghost perspective.
Whoa, cool. Hell yeah. Okay,
So,
cool. Thanks, Sam.
yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you. Okay, I like it.
All right.
All right, guys.
Now I
Well,
think that's all.
yep, that's really all I have to say. I'll stop. I'll stop now.
All right.
Watch. Smile too. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
And there's a creepy doll that always follows me.